between the Canes and the Noles, once upon a time, barely noticed outside the state of Florida. But those battles in the 80s and the 90s put both programs on the national map, made both of them champions, and we are lucky to have another showdown between these two today. A live look at Hard Rock Stadium. It's the Florida State Seminoles and the Miami Hurricanes. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Thanks, Reese. Checking in with the Florida State head coach here before the kick. One of the things to keep your eyes on is how does this young quarterback continue to develop? They took a risk early in the season starting this young freshman, but he has continued to develop each week and get better. He's gaining the trust of his teammates. He's really starting to make good reads and get a feel for this offense. Can they keep this trend going? I'll keep you posted on how he looks on the field and how he's leading his team early in this game. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Back to throw, it's Applewhite. Hauls it in. There he goes. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Seminoles will hustle to the line.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them. They're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver.
He's running free down the middle. The 20. He's at the 10. He is in. Touchdown, Florida State.
This QB just has such a feel. He's so good with these design quarterback runs. He's patient. He allows the holes to develop. He puts his foot in the ground, and in the open field, he's as dangerous as any ball carrier in the country.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. Deep in the end zone, it's Jacobs. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Got some green grass. There he goes. He's at the 50. At the 30. He's at the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Hurricane.
And it's the game-breaking speed. You see right there, he takes it all the way to the house. It's that speed. That's the reason why a lot of people thought if he had declared for the NFL draft, he would have been playing on Sundays now. There's just not a lot of running backs in college football that can run like this guy.
And it's so nice to have that guy back. Like, to keep that guy on your roster, it's like recruiting the best player in the country, right? You got one of the best backs. To be able to keep that guy on your roster was the big offseason coup. Like you mentioned, the NFL can also transfer, can go make money elsewhere. To keep him on the roster, and he shows you why. This guy is the catalyst, one of the best in the country at his spot.
That Florida State offense back onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Little bit of uncertainty there. Play clock down to 4, and they'll call a timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. The handoff. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Looking downfield, it's Applewhite. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Here. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He wants to go deep. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Got some room to run. The 20. And what a return as he takes it back to the 8. And the sudden change magnified for this defense as it's 1st and goal. In the red area, it's Fletcher. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Mensah rushes on. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he tried everything he could that time just to not take a negative play. He didn't get sacked. It was a great job avoiding that. He's just able to get what he can get on the scramble play here down close in the red zone.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
That's a big missed opportunity by the defense there, guys. If he's able to make that interception, all of a sudden, their offense is back on the field. But now, because he dropped it, it's still 4th down, and of course, they're in field goal range.
And as they come to the line of scrimmage here, you can take the lead with a field goal, but a touchdown here gives you extra cushion. They'll try to power it in. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Miami! On to attempt to try. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. The option, he'll keep it. Now the pitch. He breaks a tackle. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
They'll run it. Defense all over him.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
Looking for a man. It's Pt1. Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in. It's Lopez. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
That's a tough pill to swallow if you're on defense. Third down, you're blitzing. You're expecting to be able to affect the quarterback, but give this offensive line, these guys, credit because they were able to pick everything up and give their quarterback an opportunity to throw clean from the pocket to pick up that first down.
Drops back on first down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
And the Knowles now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, gonna throw it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call. They want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
Now this offense facing a third and long from their own 30. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Back's got it on the screen. Still running at the 40. Tried to find some running room, but there was none to be had, and he's well short. It'll be 4th and 5. Offense still out there, lining up quickly on 4th down. Snapped on 4th down. Looking down the middle. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll get him down after a solid return. The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. These two have storied traditions in the history of the sport, but in the not-too-distant past, Miami actually considered giving up football, and Florida State was an afterthought.
You know, a lot of people forget back in the day when Miami was in the Big East, right? Florida State was in the ACC. This was kind of an interconference battle every time they played. But no doubt, David, this game just holds so much more significance to both programs.
Both in the state of Florida. Florida State, Miami, the uniforms are so great. The lineage, the history of the players. So it does. It feels like this rivalry's been playing a lot longer than since 1951.
Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
On target over the middle. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. Let's take a peek at the numbers so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Rides to the back. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. He now has 108 yards on the ground, and he just continues to turn in productive performance after productive performance. That's how you lead the nation in rushing. And the Canes have it with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
See if they can get it done on second and goal. Fake to the back, wants to throw it. Touchdown, Canes! Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. So they march the ball 41 yards on that drive. And they close that drive going to the air for the final few inches and the score. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Florida State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Gets the back moving. Looking downfield, it's Applewhite. Got his man out of the backfield. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. Great job by this quarterback to beat the blitz, and then the running back made it to the sticks.
Yeah, awesome job. You see a guy, extra guy coming. The running back is not accounted for. Nice job getting it to him and letting him get the first down. Great job, great read.
The give. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down. Let's take a second here to talk about Florida State. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
Looking to throw for it. He's got the back in the middle. That'll be enough for the first down, and the ball will be spotted at the 47.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop, caught the shotgun snap, and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
The Noles are marching down the field. Right side, it's Lopez. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Seminoles moving quickly to the line. From the gun, it's Croma. Sees some running room. Breaks into the open. Inside the 10. Touchdown Seminoles. He got a step and just dusted the field.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And that was some way to cap it off with a 42-yard touchdown jaunt. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Quickly to the tight end. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that.
And nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly, understanding the big fella's open. And the big fella, I don't mean an offensive lineman anymore. That's what tight ends used to be, is just an extension of the O-line. These guys are now extensions at receiver. They can make big plays, get him the ball, run after the catch.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Throws to the tight end. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Long way to go on second down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Fletcher. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
they're going to keep this drive going, they'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Here's Mensa to throw. Shoots it to the left. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a first down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on 3rd down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete. And all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
They boot it away. Makes a nice grab at the 25. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking for a man, it's Applewhite. Left side is Chroma. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to pass. Finds his man. It's Lopez. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
In the backfield, it's Riles. 7-yard pickup on that one. Is now 2nd and 3. FSU calling its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And the Seminoles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, looking for a crease. Oh, he's got some space. The 10, slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
And he tacks on the extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Throwing, Mensa. Out wide right, it's Fletcher. At the 45, on his way. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football. He's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
Makes the grab. So Miami signals for a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Got 7 on that last completion. They might be able to take a shot on 2nd and 3. He's changing the play. Mensa. Caught over the middle. It's Lofton. Stop is made at the 35-yard line, a 5-yard gain there, and it's a first down. The Canes will go ahead and call that second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And the Hurricanes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs going up top. And the catch along the sideline will come up a little short of the first down.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Here's Darian Mensa to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. Picked off, and he's got open room. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
Well, how about that? I mean, they knew this defense was good defending the pass, but that had more to do with who's in the secondary, not necessarily who's up front. David, his best Pollock impersonation, picking that one off.
Yeah, baby, you don't get many opportunities to drop in coverage. You don't get many balls thrown your way, but when you do, you want to make sure you take advantage, showing off the athletic ability, showing the hands. The big defensive lineman comes up with the INT.
We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, it is my pleasure to welcome everyone into the Week 7 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with Oklahoma taking on the Kentucky Wildcats.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Here's Mensa to throw. Under pressure. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Bringing it back. The 20. Lowers that shoulder and delivers the blow.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Looking to pass. It's Applewhite. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and then the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Takes the easy completion. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use it, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. And he gets it right on the cusp, maybe a few pebbles short of a first down in that football. I see the closed fist from the ref. It'll be fourth down. The Seminoles will try to move the chains on fourth down. On 4th and inches, maybe rethink things just for a moment. They call a timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. They just need a few more inches here on 4th down, and they'll try to get it with the offense. Touchdown, Noles! They looked finished, but they're all the way back, and they have the lead.
I think most coaches on 4th and goal from the 1-yard line nowadays, they're going for it. And I like this offense because if I can't get 1 yard, I don't deserve to win. They're physical, lower their pads, and they get the big 4th down conversion.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And I thought the game plan has been so good by this defense, man. They know exactly who his go-to guy is out wide, and they're doing a great job of mixing up coverage, taking that away. Listen, this QB doesn't have to go to him, and that's where I think you look next. Who's your next best playmaker that can make something happen for you? Maybe go find him, because they're locked in on that star out wide.
Rush right in his face. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up in protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up a safety.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Straight ahead, it's Fletcher. He's knocked down immediately, tried to catch them napping on the run and nothing doing.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Can they catch him? Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Back to pass, it's Applewhite. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown!
job by the defense forcing the fumble. That took the perfect bounce right into the DB's hands. He shows you the speed and takes it back all the way for a touchdown. That was the definition of a fluidous bounce.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. To the back. Turning it on. He's got enough. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Moving the pocket, it's Applewhite. Dumps it off in the flats. The Seminoles in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Trying to establish the run. Stopped right there.
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Out wide left, it's Robinson. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. Offense staying on the field there and hurry up, looking as if they'll go on 4th. Needs it here on 4th down. Fires to the middle. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return to that small change. They take over at the 43. Field position here as they start this drive from their 43. Throwing, Mensah. Here comes the heat. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Quarterback changing the play. Second down to the air. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. The defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. Looking to throw it to Applewhite. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Florida State. They take the lead here in the second half. Third touchdown of the game, a third of his season total. He now has 9 on the year. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does, takes advantage of great field position.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Right. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. Mensah. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Second down, gonna throw it. Trying to make magic with his feet. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Darian Mensah from the gun on third down. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Midway point in the season, in games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Still plenty of time left to break the scoreboard wide open as we get things underway here in the fourth. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Quick give. It's Fletcher. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Making the adjustment. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Just about had another one picked off. They've already thrown 3 in this game. They're lucky it wasn't 4 there.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Right side, it's Vaughn. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll ride him again. There he goes. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Miami. This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
And he knocks it through for the tie here in the 4th quarter. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. Tie game, 4th quarter, plenty of time to work with, exactly where you want to be in this one. Sets his feet, it's Applewhite. They'll run the screen. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
Well, they pick up the 1st down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the 1st.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Both these teams unbeaten in conference play, and the shape of the race will unfold here in the final moments. They just keep firing. Somehow got the screen into that traffic. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down.
Well, that was a weird one because I think running back screen was called, but the quarterback just saw an open receiver downfield and said to himself, hey, I got an open guy. I'm just going to take it.
Both of these teams off to perfect starts in conference play, and one trying to stay atop the heap. Looking downfield, it's Applewhite. It's complete to the right. And he's knocked down. They'll mark it at the 15. It's a first down in the red zone.
And, man, this dude has been a weapon early in this football game. They just keep finding him. And the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for him. Continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards. You might want to think about putting a safety on him or somebody with a little bit more speed.
Looking for running room. Maybe a crease. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves in position to win.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Using his legs, it's Chroma. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. The clock stops. 2 minutes left to play in this one.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. His way ahead. Powers through. Touchdown Seminoles. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
Man, and how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now and say, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there, get me one more.
They'll try to tack on an extra point here deep in the game. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Here's Mensah to throw. Out wide right, it's Vaughn. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Here we are. It's every quarterback's dream. You're down by a score late in the game, 2-minute situation. You get to march your offense down the field and win this game. Use your timeouts, use the sidelines, clock it when you have to, and do what you practice every day, the 2-minute drive.
They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming.
One of the things you love about this running back is his physicality. He's got great size, and because of that, he can wear defenses down. Those 2-, 3-, and 4-yard gains in the first and second quarter, they become big gains late. Guys don't want to tackle him, and you're seeing that now.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas,